Hello guys, in this video I will explain how breakpoints work, how to get different breakpoints, how to make Wardloop build with one ring, and how you can fix your build if it's not working correctly. When you look at this cast when damage taken support gem, you can see there is a cooldown time of 0.25 seconds. So when it's triggered, you need to wait 0.25 seconds so it can be triggered again. And that is a cooldown time. But what happens if you make this setup in a path of buildings? So here I have cast when damage taken and ball lightning. And when I go in calculation here in ball lightning, you can see there is a skill cooldown time of 0.264 seconds. So the base is 0.25 seconds and it's rounded up to the nearest server tick, and that is 0.264 seconds. Here I made a Google document with breakpoints of cast when damage taken support gem. And when you trigger your cast when damage taken support gem, it started counting, but in the Path of Exile server ticks are in a period of 0.033 seconds. So when you trigger your cast when damage taken, it started counting in that period. So from 0 all the way to 0.25 seconds, but it's rounded up to the 0.264 seconds. So that's the period when server is ticked and when action is performed. But when you take this 0.264 seconds and take off this 0.25 seconds, you get the 0.014 second period. And here, if you take 0.231 seconds and take off this 0.25 seconds, you can see you get 0.019. So this is the smallest number, and because it's the smallest number, it's rounded up to that server tick. And this is why default cooldown of cast when damage taken support gem is not 0.25 seconds, instead it's 0.264 seconds. So for our Wardloop build to work efficiently, we need this summon skeleton's duration reduce to match the cooldown recovery time of cast when damage taken support gem. So here in Google document I make breakpoints on summon skeletons. As you can see, to get 0.264 seconds you need anomalous minion speed, any level with 20 quality, plus less duration support gem 5 level 0 quality, and 2 dust jewels to have combined 33% reduced skeleton duration and window of opportunity. So let's see, here I have 11 and 11 reduced skeleton duration, that's total of 33. Here we have window of opportunity, and here I have anomalous minion speed with 20 quality, summon skeletons, cast when damage taken, and less duration level 6. Oh, sorry, I told you I need a level 5. So here you can take one orb of scouring and sell the gem with one orb of scouring to reduce its level by 1. So less duration level 5, and let's see, as you can see our loop is working at the cooldown time of 0.264 seconds. Okay, for you to check is everything working correctly, I recommend you import your character in a path of building. Here we have 2 dust jewels with combined 33% reduced skeleton duration, window of opportunity, and here in skills, as you can see, we have our setup with summon skeletons, reduce anomalous minion speed with 20 quality, cast with damage taken, and less duration level 5. So here in calculation you want to check here summon skeletons, and to check is this cooldown and this skill duration is the same number. What will happen if for example we want to remove this less duration? So just uncheck it here and go in calculation and see here skill duration is 0.429 seconds. So let's see what happened in a game if we take off this less duration and trigger our loop. As you can see, our loop is working but slowly. Okay, to get a second point of 0.231 we need anomalous minion speed, any level with 20 quality, less duration level 5 with 10 quality, 2 dust combined 33%, and window of opportunity. Or we can get anomalous minion speed, any level with 20 quality, 2 dust combined of 34%, and window of opportunity. I will choose this setup because it takes off our gem slot. So here in the game I take off this less duration support and I need to swap one with 11 to dust jewels with one with 12, so we get combined of 34. As you can see, 11, 12, 11 is combined 34, and here I have anomalous minion speed, summon skeletons, and also casting damage taken. So let's trigger and see what happened. As you can see, our loop triggered twice and stopped. Okay, I imported my character again here in the path of building. As you can see, 2 dust is combined of 34, reduced skeleton duration. Here in skills we have summon skeletons level 11, anomalous minion speed with 20 quality, and casting damage taken level 5, so no less duration support gem. And here in calculation, when you select summon skeletons, as you can see, we hit this second breakpoint of 0.231 second, but our skill cooldown is 0.264 seconds. So what this means is our duration of skeletons ends and our trigger is not ready yet. So this is why our loop stops. And in the previous case, we have our duration higher than our trigger, so it's not efficient. We have spare time to wait until duration ends and to be triggered again. So the perfect situation is when these two numbers of skill duration and skill cooldown is the same number. So to reduce this skill cooldown, we need increased cooldown recovery rate. If you check this document that I made, to hit this second breakpoint of 0.231 second, you need increased cooldown recovery rate from 9 to 26%. So here I have a belt with 11% increased cooldown recovery rate, and if I copy this item and here add it to the path of building, in calculation, as you can see, we have these two numbers matched together. Okay, to hit this third breakpoint of 0.198, we need 27 or more increased cooldown recovery rate, and we need anomalous minion speed with 20 quality, 2 dust 34%, window of opportunity, and 10% less skill effect duration mastery. So all we need to do is here in window of opportunity mastery, we need this less skill effect duration, and also here I have a new belt with 20% increased cooldown recovery rates. So we have 20 here and we need 7 more. So here, as an implicit modifier on our boots, we have 7% increased cooldown recovery rate, and if you hold Alt, you can see it's Eater of Worlds implicit modifier, and it's Grand. So Grand is this Grand Eldritch Ihor, how it's called, I don't know, currency that you use to reroll. implicit modifier, and when you hit the 7% increase cooldown recovery rate, that's it, you get 27 combined. So as you can see, when we trigger, it's working, it's casting 5 times in a second. Okay, as you can see, I have one hearthbound loop ring, and when I trigger my summon skeletons and ball lightning, everything is working. And the reason is because this cast when damage taken on ball lightning is low level, and also this cast when damage taken on summon skeleton is low level. And what will happen if I socket level 19 here on ball lightning to get it level 21? As you can see, we're casting it a fewer times in a second, because this summon skeletons needs to trigger few times to trigger this higher level cast when damage taken to get 3580 damage in total from only one hearthbound loop ring, and this is not efficient. And here I will show you how to get this running perfectly with one hearthbound loop ring. First of all, I want to get this thing out of the way. So this normal cast when damage taken support gem level 21, it is almost impossible to trigger with one hearthbound loop ring. So you need it to be divergent. As you can see, additional effect from quality is the skills require a reduced amount of damage taken to trigger. So here I have level 19 with 20 quality corrupted because you want to socket it here in Skin of the Lords. And when you price check this level 19 with 20 quality divergent corrupted, as you can see, it's 20 divines, so it's not cheap. But yeah, when you socket it here in Skin of the Lords, as you can see, it becomes level 21, and there is still 3580 damage you need to take, so it's not calculated automatically and you need to calculate it by hand. So here I will open a calculator, and here 3080. So you want to take off this 20%, so times 0.8, and from this you want to subtract the damage you take from hearthbound loop ring. So as you can see, 420 per skeletons, and we have 3 skeletons, so minus 1260, and you get this damage 1604 that you need to take from this forbidden right from this forbidden right gem. So it takes 40% of our life, so this damage you want to multiply by 2.5, and this amount you want divided by your chaos resistance. In this case I have minus 60, so it's divided by 1.6, and you get the total of 2507 life. Here I have 2574 life, so it should be okay, because here on my gear I have some life. So yeah, this will be enough. So let's see when I socket this. So this is divergent, so I need the forbidden right with cast when damage taken, and let's trigger it. As you can see, everything is working. So what will happen if I lower my life? As you can see, it's not casting that fast because it needs this setup needs to be triggered twice, so this cast when damage taken can be triggered once. So you need to have at least 2507 life. Okay, in this setup you need to take, how was it, 1604 damage from forbidden right gem. So you not to die from this damage, you need to have a lot of ward. So let's say 1000 1500 ward. And if you don't want to invest that much in a gear with ward, what you can do is have here, as you can see, level 20 summon skeletons summons 3 skeletons, and level 21 summon 4 skeletons. So if you have 4 skeletons, let's see. So you need to take 1184 damage from Forbidden Jewel, from Forbidden Right Gem. So when you translate this into a life, you need to have 1850 life. As you can see here, I invested a lot in life nodes here. So but the problem with this is when you socket here level 21, it's not supported, so you need level 21 cast when damage taken support. But remember, it needs to be divergent. So, and these summon skeletons have to be anomalous. So if you price check this anomalous summon skeletons, it's 16 divines, and divergent cast when damage taken support, it's 30 divines. So you need to invest like 45 divines just to lower the amount of life you need and the amount of ward you need to have this build working with just one hearthbound loop ring. Okay, there is a thing that if you want to save 15 divines on this anomalous summon skeleton level 21, what you can do is get empower level 2, and as you can see, it becomes level 21. Okay guys, you got your Wardloop build running, and what happens if you increase the gem level of this cast when damage taken support that is linked with your summoned skeletons? As you can see, your build will not work, so maybe that's one of the reasons. The next common problem is armor. So let's see, your build is not working because here in defense, as you can see, you have armor, so you don't want to have armor. And the third common problem is chaos resistance. As you can see here, if I increase my chaos resistance, my main skill is not proccing that often. So the problem is our lower level cast when damage taken is working, but our higher level is not proccing that often because we have chaos resistance, as you can see. So these are the 3 common problems that I see, and the other ones are with skeleton duration and cooldown recovery rate, but I covered that earlier in a video. Okay guys, just one quick tip: if you're buying a build, how you can check is everything working fine. Here I have a Point Ninja Ascendant sorting by main skill Ice Spear with the highest DPS, and I will import it in a path of building. And how to check is everything working fine: go in calculation, select here summon skeletons, and select summon skeletons, and see if the skill cooldown and skill duration are the same number. Here in this situation they are not, but this can be fixed easily with this mastery. And let's check again. As you can see, they are the same number now. So this guy now casts 5 times in a second instead of 4 times in a second. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. That will be everything for this video. If you like this video, give it a like, comment and subscribe.